Come experience education with no boundaries at Ndejje University, where learning is taken beyond the confines of a lecture room. Come experience Ndejje University's Open Distance e-learning ODEL initiative. The program is flexible, reliable, and affordable with an impeccable support system to help you excel in the areas of engineering, health sciences, arts, education, social sciences, business management, basic sciences, and information technology. It will not matter where you are with our ODEL program. Your education experience at Ndejje University will be of quality. For more information, kindly visit our website at www.ndejjeuniversity.ac.ug or call 0392 730 321. Ndejje University. Come experience a holistic approach to learning.
This week.
Did you know that women empowerment is defined in several ways? Did you know that parenting is twice the stress, but twice the love, the hug, and the pride? Here I am to bring you the woman of valor, where ladies are proposing that parenting is not a life full of struggles, but a journey for the stronger ones.
To those who are married, let love stay, because once it is disintegrated, the foundation is destroyed.
Catch me every Thursday at 19 hours here at Ndejje University TV with Joanne Peace.
This week.
The top management cannot make it, where even those in the maintenance department, I think I know the greatest university always is grounded to a halt when the maintenance staff, they might be in charge of but should they lay down their tools, we are finished. Two,
Coming up, Bachelor's of Technical Teacher Education at Ndejje University session comes to an end. UNEB releases PLE results of 2022. NRM's 4 principles that enabled us to build strong institutions for all these years. President Museveni at Kakumiro District. The proposed principles for the workers' compensation. Welcome to Ndejje University Television. My name is LONA KASASA Jemima, and this is Live at 8. Here are the news in details. The bachelor's program that kicked off in August, where students who acquired certificates and diplomas in the fashion and garment designing upgrade for a bachelor's degree. Ansle Mojaru has more on this story.
In-serving students started skilling programs in August, and on the 28th of January, the students will also break off. According to the head of Bachelor's of Technical Teacher Education at Ndejje University, students who want to acquire an upgrade for the hands-on skills need to have gone through certificate and diploma in fashion and garment designing.
We have BTT program which is run at Ndejje University. It started 2009. We have 4 programs, that is BTT in fashion and design. As you can see, our students are on sewing machines. Some are just on handcraft work, that is an examination. Here in fashion and design, we train students who have, some who have completed P7, who have completed Senior 4, who have completed Senior 6, but this is hands-on practice. And some have Craft 1, Craft 2, and this is aimed at addressing the policy of the government, which is skilling policy. That is one program.
2 categories. We have people who go up to Senior 4. From Senior 4, you go to Craft 1, Craft 2, but it is now changed. You go to National Certificate. So after National Certificate, you go for Diploma in Fashion and Design. That's when you qualify to enroll for Bachelor's. Then there are those who stopped in P7. They go for Junior. They study for 3 years. And then they sit for an exam. After that, they are admitted for National Certificate, because Junior is equivalent of Senior 4. So they sit for National Certificate. After that, they go for Diploma. After Diploma, they now enroll for Bachelor's. So we also have...
Furthermore, there is a provision for those students with no education background but want to acquire skills in fashion and garment designing.
Another category who never sat for P7. They might have ended in P6, P7, P4. Others even might have not completely gone to class, but they have the love to do the skills. So those ones are trained in non-formal program. So they are only trained basically in skills.
Ndejje University also partners with other stakeholders to ensure the program is a success.
We run a program with fashion and design. We designed it in conjunction with other stakeholders. One, the Ministry of Education and Sports, National Curriculum Development Center, and we designed it for 3 years. And they come here, they study for 3 years. The intake is August, September, then they come January, they complete their semester. Then at the same time, like now, this is January, they shall also go with the package of May semester, and they will complete their semester 2 exams, because we now...
The chartered private institution opened up for the Bachelor's in Technical Teacher Education in August.
And we taught them for 2 weeks. They went for their Christmas. Then they came on 2nd January, and we taught them. We completed what we had not covered, and we left there 1 week, revision and preparing for exam. So they have done their exam. They are completing on Saturday, which is tomorrow is 28th. Yes, 28th. Now, when these students complete, we do not send them off, because we need to give them package. We get them back like 2 days. That's why I'm saying that they shall go on Sunday. After 2 days, we give them package which they are going to go with.
BTTE being an in-service program, the students have little time for physical lectures, but the students will continue studying online.
They are given assignments, then the lecturers go on with them online, teaching them online. When they come back on May, having completed their coursework, having met their lecturers online, teaching, Then they come in May, they also complete their semester, they do their exams also, the year is completed. Then we wait August for another year, something like that. That's how we do our teaching here at Ndejje University.
Some students share their experience at Ndejje University.
Actually, I was a senior 4 holder, so I started from senior 4. I went for a certificate in craft. Then I got a certificate in advanced. Then I went for a diploma. Then after diploma, I came to Ndejje University. Yes. But still, those short courses, not even short courses, that one of DIT, I have them.
It has improved on my skill, especially in fashion and design. I have a lot of techniques. I have a lot of applications that if I go down there in the village or hub country, I'll be able to establish it accordingly. And it will benefit me so much. And I will also carry the same skills and the attitude and each and every other experience that I get from Ndejje University, I'll carry it to the hub country.
The in-serving students call upon others to undertake such programs and improve on their hands-on skills.
As I talk now, that I'm almost finishing, hoping to get the greatest thing in front there, which is maybe, you never know, at one day I may also be an instructor. So, I call upon people outside there who are only holding diplomas, who are assistant instructors there. I urge you to come and join Ndejje University, since it is the only university which is having the program of BTTE in Uganda almost. So,
BTTE is an in-service training program which aims at improving skills, training, delivery techniques, and managerial competences of in-service instructors. Anselm Ojaru, live at 8.
On the 27th of January 2023, UNEB released the 2022 PLE results at the State House in Nakasero. According to the UNEB officials, English and Math were the best done, with the female students being the best in English, as opposed to their male counterparts. Let's have more on this story.
Thank you.
The long-awaited PLE results were officially released at 11 a.m. by Education Minister Kataha Museveni.
We celebrate a total of 832,659 candidates who registered for PLE. Compared, as you heard from the speakers before me, compared the 761 in 2020. Of the registered number, 583,768, which means 70.1%, from 11,306 centers were universal primary education beneficiaries, UPE, and 248,982, meaning 29.9%, are the candidates from the non-UPE schools.
In 2022, analysis by gender shows that more girls were registered to UNEB compared to boys.
We see that the males performed better, and this has been the trend over the last years. So again, the quality passes that we saw at the distinction and the credit level are being seen here when we look at now the overall divisional grades. So again, we are saying that candidates of 2022 at the quality level passes, they have done much better. In terms of numbers, 714,702 candidates passed the PLE compared to 659,910, the previous year.
The board also registered more learners with special needs of various categories, including the blind, deaf, among others.
I'm also pleased to note an increase in the registration of candidates with special needs from 1,599 in 2020 to 2,436 in 2022, which is an increase of 52.3%, representing the largest rate of increase of children of this category.
In 2022, more candidates obtained Division 1 and Division 2 than in 2020. The overall pass levels are comparable between the 2 years. This year's performance has generally improved compared to other years. Therefore, more pupils qualified to join post-primary institutions than the previous year. Sarah Chirabo, Anselm Ojaru, live at 8.
On the 37th NRM anniversary that was held in Kakumiro district, the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has shedded some light on some of the achievements of NRM as well as the vision for Uganda's economy. Grace Nabukenya has this story.
President Museveni has revealed that the NRM government has managed to successfully stay in power for the last 37 years due to the party's four core principles that enabled Uganda to build strong institutions such as the patriotic political parties, the army, the judiciary, among others that have guaranteed peace up to date. President Museveni made the remarks yesterday during the celebrations to mark the 37th NRM victory anniversary held at Kakumiro district. He noted that the bankrupt politics of identity chauvinism could not allow the young state of Uganda following independence in 1962 or its democratic institutions to survive. The four principles include patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy.
Congratulations to all of you on this occasion of the 37th anniversary of the NRM victory in 1986. That victory came about because of the NRM's four principles that we had distilled out of the chaotic politics and governance that had bedeviled Uganda for almost 556 years.
General Museveni also disclosed that due to such attributes, Uganda's economy has also since grown from a miserable 1.5 billion in 1986 to 48 billion by the end of June 2023. The president further explained that the low middle-income economy they are now talking about is actually a raw materials producing economy where a kilogram of coffee, Uganda gets $2 for bean coffee, while the wiser foreigners who roast the coffee, grind it and pack it for sale in supermarkets get $50 for the same kilogram. The head of state revealed that this broad-spectrum value addition movement will jumpstart the country's economy in a fairly short term to a $500 billion economy. President Museveni also retaliated that the need for Ugandans to create wealth by engaging in money-making ventures with calculation before assuring them that what eradicates poverty is wealth.
The NRM has, however, all this time been telling you that you do not eat tarmac roads, but you eat the food that you have either grown or bought. The same applies to clothing, housing, mode of locomotion, etc. The latter are all part of wealth, and the former, the roads, the electricity, are part of development. Therefore, for wealth, we are telling you that every adult must engage in wealth for money with the Chibaro, either as an entrepreneur or as an employee in the four sectors of commercial agriculture, industry, services, and ICT. No excuses for the Wakongozi. You may have a development, but if people are asleep, you can continue with poverty. Why? It is because what eradicates poverty, oboro, obavu, obunaku, chan, etc., is wealth.
He also emphasized the need to ensure mass education so that the whole society embraces a science-led society and gets out of ignorance and superstition. On the issue of corruption, the president congratulated some government agencies for trying to ensure that the vice is stamped out. He stated that he has seen people that have stolen parish development model and emyoga money being arrested or being forced to refund the money.
And also ensure mass education so that the whole society embraces a science-led society and get out of ignorance and superstition where people believe that a tallow, when somebody has got a swollen leg, where people believe that a tallow is caused by a dogo, witchcraft, and not by a bacteria known as Staphylococcus and Streptococcus bacteria that cause that cellulitis. Corruption will be stamped out. I congratulate some government agencies. I've seen people that had stolen PDM money and the myoga money being arrested or being forced to refund the money. That is good. However, it's not enough. I have heard the Bazukuru crying about the district service commissions selling local government jobs.
The Prime Minister, Honorable Robina Nabanja, appreciated and thanked Ugandans for voting into power the NRM government. She continued to mention the achievements of the NRM that have brought tremendous changes, for example, peace and security, democracy and infrastructure.
The people of Kakumiro, Bunyoro sub-region, and all Ugandans appreciate the fundamental change ushered in by yourself and the NRM government, and that is why over the years we have overwhelmingly voted for you and the NRM leaders. And let me take this opportunity to thank all Ugandans for supporting you, Mr. President, from the days of UPM, the NRM struggle, and eventually the NRM government. This is because of the numerous achievements that include peace and security.
On the other hand, the president urged Ugandans to conserve the environment, forests and wetlands, the river banks and the lake shores. This is very crucial for their survival. Grace Nabukenya, Anselm Ojaru, live at 8.
Thank you very much, Grace Nabukenya. The Ministry for Gender, Labour and Social Development on Wednesday the 25th of January addressed the amendment of the Workers' Compensation Act, CAP 225, where the Uganda Bureau of Statistics briefed on the proposals for managing injuries. Sarah Chirabo has this report.
Most injuries that occur on the job are covered by workers' company insurance, including accidents and illnesses caused by exposure to work activities, materials and equipment. While addressing journalists on Wednesday 25th in Kampala, the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, together with different stakeholders, converged to brief on the proposed principles for the amendment of the Workers' Compensation Act CAP 225, purposely to provide procedures for managing injuries.
To amend the Workers' Compensation Act CAP 225 arose from the increasing case backlog and suits related to non-compensation and related and redundant provisions that are no longer applicable, delayed payment of compensation of the employers by the employers, delayed treatment to injured workers, among others. The ultimate result of the amendment will be reduction of disputes related to compensation for injuries in the course of employment, improved management of cases related to treatment and compensation of workers injured in the course of employment, and industrial harmony in the world of work.
The ministry asked for more highlights about the civil and political rights, referring to the Uganda's Vision 2040, which considered the promotion and protection of rights of workers as a key.
National Workforce Survey of 2021 reported that 898,000 workers, 1,000 persons of working population has suffered accidents, stroke injuries in 12 months proceeding to the survey, and 357,000 of these suffered serious injuries that caused abscess from work. So there are gaps.
While responding to the proposed principles, the State Minister for Labour, Colonel Okello Engola, said, when an employee is injured on the job or develops an occupational illness, in most cases it is considered a workers' compensation injury that is eligible for a claim with your business insurance policy. The employee can receive medical coverage, wage replacement, and other benefits following a workers' company injury.
Ladies and gentlemen, the proposal to amend the Workers' Compensation Act, CAP 225, arises from the need to address gaps and delay that affect implementation of the Act. The proposed principles to amend the Act aim at streamlining matters related to assessment, compensation, and enforcement of the awards to workers for injuries suffered and scheduled diseases incurred during the course of their employment, among others. Dear members of the press,
however, failure for the organization to implement the proposed principles mentioned, it will not only affect the employee but also the country.
Failure to address the issues affecting effective management of the processes for compensation of workers for the injuries incurred in the course of employment will mean that the country will continue to suffer rising costs of litigations, increased labor complaints and disputes related to workers' compensation, increased occupational injuries, diseases and deaths, increased socio-economic vulnerabilities, and reduced quality of work and low labor productivity.
Responding to civil and political rights compensation, the principles focus on different categories of property owners. Therefore, one must follow certain steps to ensure the injury is compensable.
Of the Kampala Southern Bypass, which will connect the Munyonyo Spur to Northern Bypass, but also to the main line from Kampala to Ndejje. Now, government also partnered with development partners like African Development Bank and the French Development Agency, and we signed a financing agreement in support of this public-private partnership. So we have a land acquisition process.
As soon as an employee suffers an occupational injury that is covered by workers' company insurance, Ugandans are therefore urged to report an occupational injury to employers as soon as it occurs.
Are reported to the labor officers in time, and injured persons are provided adequate treatment and compensated for any injuries incurred in the course of employment as required by the law. Fellow Ugandans,
for an injury to be compensable under workers' compensation law, it must be work-related. In many states, this means that the employee must prove that the injury is either arose out of the employment or occurred in the course of employment. Sarah Chirabo, Frank Senabulia, live at 8.
And in sports, the men's Waterfalls T20 Elite League is underway at the Lugogo Cricket Oval. And today, day 2, the Bujagali Rafters tightened their grip on the title with a confident win over the Itanda Kayankas. Let's take a look.
Up against the captain is that Ali Shah. Goes into the block, all out appeal.
The Bujagali Rafters beat the Itanda Kayakas by 1 wicket in their second game of the men's 2023 Waterfalls T20 Elite League, a win that puts them in a direct lead of the title race. The Rafters in blue won the toss and elected to bowl first, sending a batting pair of Wasimbat and Ronald Lutaya of the Itanda Kayakas to the crease.
Out! He's run himself out this time.
Steaming in is Bilal Hassan. Flicked away, finer this time. First boundary of the innings.
Juma Miyaji was the man to lead the Bujagali attack, and he was visibly frustrated by the Kayakas, who made 6 runs with no wicket down in the opening over. The introduction of Ochen Peter in the second over saw the Itanda Kayakas lose their first wicket, which was Ronald Lutaya, called by Robinson Obuya on Ochen's fourth delivery. At halfway of the first innings, the Kayakas had gathered 72 runs for 4 wickets, but just before they got comfortable, a brutal elimination by the Rafters in the next rounds of play didn't leave star players like Alpesh Ramjani, Captain Riyazat Alisha and Pascal Murunji up on the ground standing. The final over in the first innings saw Rwanda national Ignace Terenganya run out by Cyrus Kakuru and Roger Mukasa after only 3 runs off 2 deliveries.
Catch, edge and take it.
Ignace would return as opening bowler in the second innings, with hope to pick a sweet revenge of Roger Mukasa, who had eliminated him in the previous half. With a quick hand on the ball, he cost his side only 1 run after the first over to set pace for a better defense. A batting pair of Roger Mukasa and Falak Shah kept the Rafters in play for 6 straight overs, with no wicket lost and 35 runs in 36 deliveries. But didn't survive a send-off in the 7th over to introduce Karabo Mothlanka, who was also eliminated by wicket-keeper Stephen Wabose on Riyazat Alisha's 4th ball. And by the 14th over, Mukasa was still the man standing with a 125.64 strike rate before a catch by youngster Joseph Baguma that eliminated him with almost a half century of 39 deliveries. His score included 4 boundaries and 3 sixers.
Puts in the dive. But it
From all the half and puff in both camps, the Bujagali Rafters emerged game 3 winners with 1 wicket and 2 balls to spare. The result means the Brand Masaba Chargers are in the lead for bragging rights of the very first edition of the Waterfalls T20 Elite League Championship. Ali Sharan Kiranda, live at 8.
Behind him, oh, cheeky, very cheeky from Roger Mukasa.
Thank you very much for watching. This has been Live at 8. Until tomorrow, same time, same station.